line.
Oh my gosh, that was so epic.
I think that's it. There he is. You guys ready? Let's pull it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Hey! And JB's on there! 600! 600! Yes! Yay! 600 mile time. That would be just. So here we are, back with the real supercharger. Okay, we are on the test track.
So I'd recommend putting your head on the headrest.
Okay.
There you ready. Nope.
Yep. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that never gets old either. We have the post-study production cars here.
Wait, what?
Yeah, oh yeah, you watch it.
Well, why is he gonna throw it?
I don't know, but we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Just use a sledgehammer. What?
Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
I'm Eric, otherwise known as Derek, here in Shanghai at Gigafactory 3.
Ballapalooza.
It's like tricks.
3, 2, 1.
Will it wipe is the big question of the day.
Will it what?
Generic cornflakes.
Whoa! It's raining cornflakes!
Oh. This is trippy. Look, there's nothing here.
Howdy, y'all. I'm David, this is Eric, and together we're Derek, and tonight we're going to be talking about the new Ford F-150 Lightning.
You heard that right. Oh, man.
And we'll be talking about Tesla, too.
Look, Kit's concerned. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy, what is this, Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. We are here for the Ford F-150 Lightning unveiling.
26 minutes away.
That was good.
We've seen a few sneak peeks about it.
Yep.
Stuff's been going around on the internet the last
gonna pull some of
couple
that
of days, so we'll be talking about that. Talking a little bit about Tesla too, because as you know, we have multiple Teslas. We have 4 Teslas in our garage right now, but we have ordered the new Model S, Model X, waiting for those to arrive. But unfortunately, there's no ETA on when we're going to be getting those. We did have a delivery date show up for the Model S, showing it was going to be delivered between June 1st and 30th, and then it disappeared, so we have no idea still on the S.
Mic gain's a little high.
Whoa.
Okay, turned it down a little bit.
Okay, so anyways,
Hopefully that's, let me know, Chris, if that's better.
we'll talk a little bit about Tesla, a little bit about what we think we're going to see with the Ford, and then we'll watch the Ford presentation here. It's supposed to be starting in about 25 minutes, and then we'll just talk about things there, see what we think, see if this is a good option from Ford.
Yeah, so we did get some leaked specs and everything. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Why did that not work? Okay, so first and foremost, thank you, Pierre, for the super chat. We are gonna make such a mess today. I can already tell. $4.99 for Pierre said finally received an estimated Model S delivery between June 21st and June 30th. After 4 months, no estimated date, just have to disappear today. Yeah, so ours actually did too. We showed June 1st through June 30th, and then it disappeared. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh no, we already crinkled one. Oh no. Okay. So yeah, but thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Anywho, want to talk real quick about the leaked specs. It's actually from Sawyer on Twitter. Let me just pull this up real quick. Basically, leaked specs are supposedly standard range battery 230 miles, extended range battery 300 miles. It's definitely different.
It's
than,
okay. I mean,
yeah.
for an electric truck, it's okay. But it's way below what we've seen Tesla put out for the last few years.
Yeah, and then starting price is $39,900. XLT model for $52,900. The horsepower mid 2022 launch. 0 to 60 mid 4 second. 2,000 payload. Maximum 10K towing capacity. 12-inch instrument cluster, kind of like the Mach-E.
They look really similar, yeah.
Onboard scale, 400 liters of storage space in the front, which is a ton. But it does say these figures are just targets right now and some other stuff. But there's the frunk shot. It looks like a sweet frunk. It looks very Mach-E like here. Mixed. I hate the stupid knob. Not a fan of that.
Don't like the knob in the screen there.
The light bar across the front kind of reminds me of a thing called the Cybertruck. Not gonna lie.
Rivian doesn't. Rivian has one of those too, I believe.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, touche. But anyway, we are going to be watching it live. Hopefully they don't play too much copywritten music. Otherwise, we'll kind of have to cut around that a little bit. Just because, yeah, we don't want to just get taken off of YouTube. So we still have 23 minutes and 26 seconds, but we wanted to run through some things with, someone's saying my audio is distorted.
That's weird.
That's suspicious. I don't know why that would be. Is that okay? Hopefully that's, I mean, they both run through the same thing, so.
Yeah, there you go, a little bit.
Maybe we can drop it a little bit. Oh, my gain is really high. Let's drop mine even more. Okay, is that a little better? I don't normally wear a mic as well. I normally have my boom, but we can't really do all those. Why is that suspicious? Oh, that's funny. Okay. Oh, good now. No distortion. Too quiet now. Too low now. Oh, okay. We'll compromise. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. Too low, too quiet. Good. Quiet. I don't know. Hopefully it's better now. We'll try this, see how it works. Real quick though, we had some things to just talk about real quick. Referrals. We had Fiona Arcelin, Charles, and Matthew. Huge thanks to you guys. Really appreciate it. But we wanted to talk a little bit about our Model S and the situation we're in with the Refresh S and X. We have both on orders. Our S, we had the delivery date of June 1st through June 30th, and then it disappeared.
Yeah, and it sounds like a lot of people got that date range, and then it disappeared for a lot of them. And there's some suspicion it might be that the white interior might be what's holding that. We're not 100% sure yet, because a lot of people are still getting June dates assigned. And one thing that they seem to think is the common factor in that is that those are the ones with the black interior. Again, not 100% confirmed, but that could be why our date disappeared. We're still hoping that it comes back, because we did place the order for that S back in January, before the actual Model S refresh was was announced,
Yep.
and we placed the order for the Model X back in December because we knew something was coming.
Yeah.
And that we still have no ETA on that, but we're not expecting that till maybe fourth quarter.
Exactly. So hopefully sooner than later. But
And of course, you know, we have reservations in for the Cybertruck as well. We were at the Cybertruck event back in 2019 when they had that, or was that 2018? That was, but anyways, 2019. But
yeah,
it's been a long time ago. But we have reservations in for both the dual and the tri-motor Cybertruck because we're interested in those as well. But you know what? Tonight we're probably going to be putting in an order for the F-150 Lightning just because it looks interesting enough, and it does look like they're kind of following the same like order thing that they have with Tesla, where you have like $100 down, but it's refundable, so it doesn't hurt to place an order.
Exactly. I don't know. The thing though is, if those leak specs are true, 230 miles of range is and 300 getting a little better, but that's like the extended range.
Yeah,
the Rivian extended range is 400.
That seems like a really short range. I think it would be fine for like around town, stuff like that, and for running errands, doing jobs around town, but definitely wouldn't be great for towing or going on extended road trips, even on maybe short trips. But again, if you're going out someplace, you're not going to have the charging infrastructure is not going to be close enough if it gets, because we've seen some other numbers on Sawyer's tweet there. Some people running the numbers, and if it does come with like an 80 amp charger like what Tesla used to have a few years ago, that it would be taking about 640 watt hours per mile, which is like twice as much as what a Model S is, and almost twice as much as a Model X. So it's really inefficient. And again, it's not nearly as aerodynamic, and but you're not going to be able to pull trailers very far if the range is only 230, because that's really going to cut it down to like 100 something miles.
But with the Tesla Cybertruck, the top end, that's a 500 plus mile range.
Yeah, so even if it's totally inefficient as well, that could, and you're towing a big trailer, that might bring it down to 250, but that's still like twice the range of what we're expecting with the F-150 Lightning. Yeah. But again, we'll see. Maybe the numbers are wrong. Maybe maybe that leak was to try to catch a mole, and they might have caught him. You never really know. So it will be interesting to actually see what is revealed, and then we can kind of compare it to the Cybertruck, because I think this market is. They're kind of going after the Cybertruck, of course. Yeah, definitely. When you see the starting price too, it's like same, $39,900. I don't think Ford would have come out with the electric F-150 if Tesla didn't do the Cybertruck. Yeah. I hate to say it, but I really think that Tesla, well, I mean, it's a good thing, but Tesla's the driving force behind all this, but it's sad that no one else wants to be a driving force. Yeah, it's definitely thanks to Tesla that this is possible. I mean, pretty much all the competition that's coming out, they're trying to be the Tesla killer, and they're trying to put up some competitor, and so far there haven't been a lot of true competitors. And again, this still looks like an interesting product. It'll be cool to see what it offers, but again, the battery range still seems kind of low to me. Again, might be good for around town if you're not going to drive it very far, but if you want to pull a big trailer, you're going to have to charge it a lot. And right now they don't have their own charging network either, so you're going to have to use something like Electrify America, or Ford is going to have to build out their own network, and that's going to take a while. Yeah. But yeah, do we want to talk about any of this other stuff, or do we want to leave it for Sunday? Continue on with we're going to go ahead and continue. Basically, if you didn't hear it, Model S Plaid 0 to 60. So far, it looks like the fastest production car ever. It's set, I think it was, let me open this real quick. Wow. The quarter mile at 152 trap speed, miles an hour. That's ridiculously high. And a 9.23 second time. Ridiculously quick. As well as we saw I think it's a Model S Plaid Plus variant at Laguna Seca. Thanks to Kilowatts on Twitter, they posted a bunch of stuff. I really think that's the Plaid Plus with the extended spoiler, but I really like that. Yeah, it'd be interesting if that makes it to production. Hopefully it does, at least on the Plaid Plus, and maybe the Plaid, because with that much of a price difference over long range, hopefully they would both have it. But we've seen some video of vehicles like at the Fremont factory waiting delivery, and none of them have that spoiler, so maybe none of them will have it. I think if anything, it might be the Plaid Plus, but we do have a reservation in for that Plaid Plus as well. And we were thinking we probably won't get it if we can have one of our Roadsters by then. But if it comes with that spoiler, I might have to splurge a little bit. I'm sure the Roadster's going to have one of those as well. Definitely, but
Oh man, it looks really, really good. So we did get to see that little like sneak peek thanks to Kilowatts. Great find on that one. And it also looks like in those refreshed Model S's that we're starting to see that there is a spot for a tow hitch.
Yeah, some people notice that it looks
like a little cover.
Removable cover on the back. And again, hopefully that's going to be something offered in the United States.
Yep.
Somebody, you know, in the past it's been offered in like Europe and other countries, but never, the Model S has never had an OEM tow hitch yet.
Yep, exactly. And I guess kind of talking about the new Plaid Plus, which is going to use those new batteries, Elon actually confirmed that the Austin Model Ys are going to start with 4680 cells.
Yeah,
they're not even going to build the 2170s.
Originally, he had said that Berlin Gigafactory
first.
would be the first, but there's been some delays on the Gigafactory there,
Yeah.
and maybe like running 6 months or more late. And so it sounds like the one down in Austin will be starting up production earlier than Berlin,
Yeah.
and maybe later this year. So they would be starting with the 4680 cells.
And Elon even confirmed that via Twitter that they won't have any Model Ys with 2170s coming out of there. So that's pretty interesting to see, because could this be like they're going to move 3 and Y down there, and maybe Fremont will only be like the S, the X, and maybe the Roadster and Semi maybe?
It still remains to be seen where the Cybertruck will actually be built, because we all had thought it was going to be built down in Austin, but when the latest quarterly report came out, they mentioned all the pictures were showing the Model Y factory, and nothing mentioned the Cybertruck. So we don't know if they've changed their minds or if they're just a little bit running behind on that, and maybe they'll have a separate building for Cybertruck. We don't know yet.
I mean, they have 7 months, a little bit more than 6.5 months, if they still want to meet their 2021, late 2021 deliveries. So, need to get cracking if that is still in the game plan. That's pretty much it. We kind of did talk about, or I guess in the app there's a new update, and you can now open the frunk and trunk via Bluetooth.
Well, some people were saying that they already had that long ago.
Oh, really?
So I don't know. It might have been that somebody just noticed it.
Because I know, like, recently we were doing a bunch of work and everything, and I recently tried to open something, and it had to wait till it connected.
Yeah.
So I don't think we had that.
I don't know. I don't regularly use that feature, but some people said that they had that last year because when there were some problems with the Tesla network or whatever, their cars weren't able to connect. They were still able to do that back then, at least for the frunk. So who knows if that's new? But yeah, we haven't seen a lot of new software updates recently. We're thinking it's because it's related to the Model S refreshed update that with that new horizontal screen and the form factor, there's going to be V11 of the firmware coming out. Yeah. So it seems like they've really held off on releasing new changes. There have been a couple like minor software releases that came out recently. One was like the 2020.4.10 or something like that, or 15, or was it 15.8
something?
And basically someone had mentioned that it looks like they had added some new safety features for monitoring the driver and if they leave the seat. But then we got 2021.4.18, and when we tested that out, we found that that safety feature was not in there. So if they had put it in a previous version, they took it right back out in the .18 release because it does not check for that yet.
Yeah, so
not a lot of changes recently.
Yeah, not a lot. We were getting ready to film that video and then tested it out, and we're like, oh,
nothing changed.
Nothing changed. So that video did not make it.
Yeah, but it was interesting because we got that. It sounded like they were pushing that release really hard and heavy because we got it on 3 different cars all within a few minutes. Yeah. And so we were expecting it to be some safety feature, but there's nothing there that we could see.
Yep. And then Powerwall 2 Plus.
We'll probably talk about that more on the weekend, but basically Elon had hinted back at the quarterly meeting about Powerwall 2 Plus, and it basically combines a Powerwall 2 with like an inverter, and it can handle everything directly, and you don't always need a gateway anymore, and it can be making installs for solar a lot easier. So we'll talk about that a little more in detail this weekend, but pictures are coming out, people are finally getting those installs, and so
they actually look pretty good.
Yeah, and again, it kind of looks like they took a Tesla inverter, kind of rotated it, and stacked it right on top, on the top of the Powerwall 2.
Yeah, agreed. And then wouldn't be Tesla without some price increases for the week.
And we saw, we saw that last week that Tesla raised prices again.
Yeah.
And not only
like $500.
Not only on vehicles, but some people have noticed that prices on some items in the store on Tesla's site have gone up. Like HomeLink went up from like $300 to $325. The tire repair kit went up like $10, and the center console tray went up $10 as well. So they're definitely increasing prices, maybe because of the increased cost of materials, or just the supply chain is still having problems. I don't know, but yeah, they're bumping prices up here and there.
Definitely. But yeah, that's kind of like the news in a quick 10-minute segment. I think we did that in. So I guess we can kind of open it up. If you guys have any thoughts about the F-150 Lightning, we can talk about that. We have
just over 10 minutes.
Just over 10 minutes remaining until we can start to see that.
And I'm hoping with this announcement today, I'm hoping it's going to be a real like Tesla-like unveiling. I'm hoping it's not like the GM one where we saw the Hummer EV.
It was like a 60-second commercial, and that was it.
You waited and waited, and then they had like a little commercial, and then we were waiting for the event. We're like, oh wait, that was the event, or that was the unveiling. So
it was pretty bad.
But when we watched the other one for the Lucid Air, that was good. You could tell it seemed pre-recorded, but at least they had a lot of content on that.
Definitely. Repositioning some things here. Let's see. Otis said, waiting to see if Tesla will have the 400-mile Model Y. Now, I definitely think the new cells could help with that, but we need to kind of see, are they just going to be able to reduce the weight and reduce the number of cells needed to get the current range, or will they load it with 4680s and just max everything out? In my eyes, they're probably going to do the option where it's just keep it as it is.
Keep kind of the same
until
range.
Scale really ramps up on those 4680s. Then maybe we'll start to see longer range Ys. So I would honestly probably think 2 years.
Yeah, I think so too, because also with the Model S, being the flagship vehicle, they still have to have the Model S having the longer range. And right now with the long range,
the X.
Yeah, the longer range Model S is just going to be just over 400. So I can't see them increasing the Model Y to over 400 before the S, or at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Leo said the haha for the real Hummer was so anticlimactic. Yeah, we were like all excited for it, and then like 60-second commercial, and it was it.
Yeah, and what we were talking about this earlier today, though, it looks like the Hummer EV might be like 9,000 pounds, which is insanely heavy.
Yeah.
So people are going to go through a lot of tires, I think, on that vehicle.
Yeah, 9,000 pounds is going to burn through those things.
Because like the Model X is closer to 6,000. Yeah. And so it's, that's 50% heavier.
Exactly.
We don't know yet how much the Cybertruck will weigh.
Yep. Let's see. The Alpha Wolf Plus electric truck has 250 to 270 miles of range. I haven't. What is the Alpha Wolf?
I just sent you a link earlier that had a lot of other trucks in there, because there's more than. So we've been talking about the Cybertruck and a little bit about Rivian and the F-150 Lightning, but there's a lot of other potential competitors out there as well. I mean, we were talking about Canoe, totally different. We don't know if that's really going to come out, but they have a little vehicle that's supposed to be like built on the same skateboard, where we'll be having either a minivan or delivery truck or a pickup truck, and it's supposed to be really inexpensive as well. Remains to be seen, what their release date would be. But yeah, I've seen some other. There's a bunch of them on that other link. We pulled that up.
Yeah. 1269 J-Rock said, what do you think is the biggest competitor to the Tesla Cybertruck, or Tesla period, with what's out today? To be honest, the best competitor? It's kind of like a loaded question, because to be honest, I don't really think there is one. And I think that might be one of the big issues, is there's not a really serious competitor in the EV space. Now, Ford and all these other OEMs, they could easily, with the power and the knowledge they have, I think they could easily come up with a lot and turn over their lines really quick, but they haven't. But I think what Tesla's done, and what Tesla's mission is to transfer everything to EVs. I think a lot of big companies are starting to realize that. And this is why the Ford F-150 is coming out.
So this could be a game changer. We'll see, because typically the Ford audience and the F-150 customer
Yeah.
is like the opposite of an EV customer.
True.
And so this is a major change for them to come out with an EV version. So if their market base, if their customers accept this, then that could, blow the top off it, and they could sell millions of them if they accept it.
Yeah,
so it'll be
curious
interesting
to know
see
how that's going to work out.
But even if their core market doesn't switch over, I think there's enough regular like EV customers out there that would be interested and buy it to try it out.
I mean, especially if they can start delivering it spring of 2022. That's less than a year away, which means they've been doing a lot of the legwork already to get this ready. Let's see. Kevin said, I know all cars have issues, but the most problems I've ever had is with the Ford and them not being able to diagnose the issue for months. Can't imagine how it would be with an EV. I mean, that could be a problem.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see. I know Eric actually owned a Ford before he owned his first Tesla. And
Ford Fusion Hybrid.
He had the hybrid, not the other one. I forget what they had for the battery.
Plug-in,
but the plug-in one they had, almost the entire trunk was batteries. I mean, you had like this much room in the trunk. The rest was battery. So it remains to be seen, where did they put the battery here on the F-150 Lightning? If it's going to be down at the bottom, like with Tesla, and hopefully, it will still have a normal truck bed.
Yeah. Logan's in the chat. Welcome. Odo said, what do you think about all the EVs coming out with HUD and I think that's like a vehicle to grid or vehicle to land, but Tesla's lagging behind on those features. I think Tesla on like being able to plug your car into your house and everything, Tesla's in a unique situation where they need to figure that out with supercharging, because I can see a lot of people with free supercharging going to supercharge every day and come home, plug their car in, and use that energy for free. I think that's one of the big holdups for Tesla right now, is they need to figure out how to regulate that.
I think another thing too, though, with vehicle to home or vehicle to grid is that you need some like gateway or something installed on the house as a safety feature. And for anybody who has a Powerwall, they know that the gateway, if the grid goes down, the gateway that comes with the Powerwall will prevent any power on your solar system from going back to the grid. So if you do have a plug-in vehicle that's going to be able to power your house, it needs to make sure that it's not going to send power back to the grid in case of an outage. So I don't think you're going to be able to just bring an F-150 Lightning home and plug your house into it. You're going to require additional hardware before you can power your house off of that battery.
Yeah.
And it's same with other manufacturers as well. There's some other piece of hardware installed. Will they include that in the price? I doubt it, but they might have another package for like $5,000 where they will come and install a gateway and a charging station at your house.
Yep. And just a quick FYI, this is our 4-minute reminder here that we have 4 minutes until the big unveiling. Let's see. Where are we? Someone said no competition other than maybe Rivian. I will consider Rivian competition once they start deliveries.
Yeah.
I guess I don't want to consider it competition if you're not physically delivering cars yet.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be delivering next month.
Supposed to,
so
yeah.
So it remains to be seen, because we were really interested in the Rivian. They have some cool looking features. I'm not 100% on the styling, but most of it is pretty nice.
Yeah.
And I like some of the features, like the little garage or toy box, whatever, where you can store a lot of tools and stuff. And they have some other cool features as well in the Rivian.
Yeah. Let's see.
Unfortunately, though, the launch edition of that is sold out. So, people who placed orders for that long ago should start seeing delivery. But other deliveries with the longer range battery and stuff aren't going to be until
2022
next year.
Yep. Let's see. Is there anything else on here that we can hit on real quick? Because we have 3 minutes remaining. Yeah. 3 minutes remaining.
Oh, somebody did mention the Polestar. Yeah, we did like the Polestar. We did a test drive of Polestar a few weeks ago. It was pretty nice, but again, the range was 233 miles.
Yeah.
It was okay, but again,
the biggest thing is supercharging.
Yeah,
and the charging infrastructure.
So you're going to have to charge a lot more if you're driving the Polestar around on road trips. Around town still would be a great car, but on road trips, you'd be making a bunch more stops than if you were driving most Teslas.
Yep. Let's see. Somebody asked if Biden even knew that Teslas were made in America. Cool question.
That was wondering.
I think it would have been better for his. I don't want to get political, so let's not get too much into that. We're just gonna say we think it would be better. Hopefully, I speak for you too. That if his EV thing featured multiple manufacturers, not just Ford.
Because we've been talking about all these other different manufacturers, all American-made cars. They should have had a neutral location with all of these manufacturers showing all the possible EVs that are coming out instead of going to a new Ford factory. That just seems really biased.
It does.
So, because, you know, Tesla's
Little
sold over 1 million pure, you know, electric EVs. They have, you know, they've jump-started the market.
Their whole mission is EVs.
That's all they sell. And so to go to Ford, which has sold, you know, millions of gas vehicles, it definitely shows they might be transitioning, but I think they should included other manufacturers in that announcement the other day as well.
We have 1 minute and 30 seconds going on here. I'm just gonna pull this up. We're gonna listen to it in our earphones, and then we'll let you guys listen. Now, when this is going on, we're gonna kind of sit back and watch it with you. We will be like this kind of view. So we'll be down here, but if they put something on the screen, I'll just go to this. But we will be on chat, and so if you want to talk about anything, you see something you like, something you don't like, something that you find funny, definitely put it in chat, and we will be typing there and can kind of chat along with you. We just don't want to really interrupt the presentation or anything, and then afterwards we'll come back to us and kind of go over exactly what we saw, what we liked, what we didn't like, and kind of go from there. But we have 37 seconds. Let's see if they're actually on time today or not. I guess that's
with a countdown like this, I would think they would be.
Hopefully.
At least with like a pre-recorded clip,
Yeah,
you know. So
I wonder if this is going to be like a pre-recorded thing or like an actual live thing. Based on what I saw at like the Ford headquarters in like Michigan, it looks like it's going to be a live thing. It should be a live thing.
They could have like a 5-minute intro or a 2-minute intro or something. We'll see.
I mean, a 5-minute intro is a good thing there. So we're going to switch over here, and then we will turn on our volume. So we are good. There's just nothing playing right now. 1, 0. Oh no.
You don't have permission. Oh.
What the?
Is everybody seeing this, or is it just us?
My phone also does not have permission.
Somebody screwed up then. Oops. So let us know. Does anybody have permission? Because
Oh, sorry for the delay. Due to overwhelming demand.
Okay, so it's not just us.
Okay. Let's see.
Due to overwhelming demand, it's taking a little longer to process your request. Enjoy the calm before the storm while you wait to see a true force of nature.
That's funny stuff. Okay.
Not really. But yeah, I heard that they were supposed to be broadcasting this in like
everywhere.
Every different like social media, but it's pretty pathetic that their own website crashes. But we've seen this in the past with Tesla too, where their site gets kind of overwhelmed and then it takes forever to load, or there's no bandwidth and their live events are just kind of like lagging.
Yep.
Sorry for the delay.
We are pulling it up if we can find it. Not that.
I don't see any live.
Not that. Not that. Not that. Where's the Ford link? Someone drop that in chat.
Try Twitter and all this stuff. Boy.
Oh yeah, Ford. What are we doing here?
Probably gonna send you right back to the same link we're already on.
I know. Everything's linking directly to this.
Ford Motor Company is the channel name, he says.
Ford Motor Company? Got it. Okay.
He says they're now rolling. Oh, ha ha ha.
What?
He said they're now rolling the truck down a hill in Arizona.
Oh, so, God.
I wonder what that could be referring to.
Oh, okay, we got it.
Okay, so just bring that down.
Yeah, we're just gonna close this, bring this down. Well, wrong thing.
Wrong window.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of sad their own website's not working, though.
Okay, so we can all hear it. Hopefully you can. Here's a mic for you. So we are going to be quiet now.
In our history, I'm so excited and proud to be joined by our employees, our UAW partners, our dealers, customers, media, and everyone who's joining us around the world. Many of you have been part of the Ford family for generations. And in many ways, this event and what you will see tonight is a generational celebration. More than a century ago, Dearborn became the epicenter of American ingenuity and progress. This is where the Industrial Revolution took hold.
Can you guys hear okay? If so, thumbs up in chat.
This is where we unlocked one of the most important rights we have in this country, the freedom to move and to pursue dreams. And Dearborn is where, 73 years ago, the first F-Series rolled off our assembly line. From the very beginning, the F-Series has always been more than just a truck. It became a symbol for American strength, endurance, and resilience. And that's why the F-Series has been the best-selling truck in the world for the past 44 years. Part of what makes it so special is that we never stop working to make it even better. And when we committed to making an electrified truck, we set an incredibly high bar for success. It had to be good enough to be called F-150. The F-150 is the world's most popular and trusted truck. And the F-150 Lightning will be the smartest, cleanest F-150 ever. And it's pretty powerful. In fact, just yesterday, President Biden was in Dearborn, and somehow he convinced the Secret Service to let him drive the truck on our test track. He had a blast, and he left some rubber on the track. Now, there's no doubt that this truck is powerful, but it's also a showcase of what's to come from Ford. We're just as dedicated to delivering for our customers as my great-grandfather was when he invented the assembly line over 100 years ago. And that's what today is all about: reinvention and improvement, forward and upward. Technology, not for its own sake, but to make people's lives better. As America's favorite vehicle is now electrified, this is a defining moment for our company, a watershed moment for our industry, and on a personal level, it's really gratifying for me. It's a truck that will usher in a cleaner future for our country, and it will fulfill our promise to our children and our grandchildren that our generation is committed to leaving them a cleaner planet. 2.5 years ago, we celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Rouge, and I promised our employees that one day, when we built an all-electric F-150, we'd do it right here in Dearborn, which is why we're building it at the Rouge in a plant that is environmentally progressive as the F-150 Lightning is itself. And the Rouge is more than just a factory. It's been a source of pride and opportunity for generations of workers. And when many in Ford wanted to abandon the Rouge as it fell into disrepair years ago, I decided to make it the greenest plant in the country. The F-150 Lightning will be built in America and for America, because Ford is built for America. We employ more hourly workers and assemble more vehicles in the U.S. than any other automaker. As I see so many of our employees here tonight, I'm reminded that they are what makes us different, and they are what set us apart from other companies. And they will continue our proud tradition of innovation at the Ford Motor Company. This is a historic day for our company. It's an important day for the future of our country, and I am so proud to be able to share it with all of you. Thank you so much. And now, I'd like to introduce Gerald Kareem, Vice President of our UAW Ford Department. Gerald?
Thank you, Bill. I am so pleased to be here today for this exciting event with Bill, Jim, Linda, and all of you to announce the all-electric F-150 Lightning. As we all know, the F-Series is America's best-selling vehicle, and I know that our members are so proud to be the workers whose hard work and dedication will build this vehicle of the future. And I want to recognize each and every one of them. I am so proud of my UAW brothers and sisters. I want to recognize Bill Ford for his early vision and focus on sustainability, and Jim Farley for his dedication, forward-looking perspective on what the future of auto must be, and Linda Zane, the engineer who work with our UAW brothers and sisters to make this F-150 Lightning a world-class vehicle of the future. This is truly a partnership, a long-standing, strong partnership of respect and vision. And I'd also like to recognize UAW President Roy L. Gamble, a member of UAW Local 600, for his leadership on his home turf. Region 1A Director Chuck Browning, as well as my top aide, Steve Zimmerler, who are with us here tonight. And of course, Bernie Rickey of UAW Local 600 and Nick Catalis, chair of Dearborn Truck, and their officers and teams. Today's investment is not just an investment of technology and money. It is far more than that. It is an investment in the future of UAW Ford workers and their families. It is an investment in technologies that will create sustainability. Let me say a few words about the workers who come to work every day and put their talent and sweat into building the F-150. About 4,400 UAW represented hourly workers build these vehicles. And I know my brothers and sisters believe in the work they do, forging vehicles that will contribute to the better future for us all. As we look forward, as we look toward that future, much has been said about the transition to new technologies, and we are all working our way through this monumental shift. We remain proud and excited to build this iconic F-150 Lightning. On behalf of the workers who build this new electric vehicle and our partners here this evening, we launch a new chapter of UAW Ford innovations and sustainability and good jobs. Today is a good day for Ford, the UAW, and our nation. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the all-new F-150 Lightning. Let's take a look.
By now, we've all heard a lot of talk, a lot of promises.
1, 2, 3.
A lot of lengthy descriptions about what electric is.
4, 5.
We think it's time to see what it can do. It's time for electric to turn into lightning. An electric truck that can match the ambitions of this nation. That can haul on both ends. That shows up to the job site with an extensive resume. That can help build your house. And if need be, power that house. That puts a big, ridiculous smile on your face every time you hit the accelerator. That feels like a bullet train and works like a freight train. The only EV quick enough, tough enough, smart enough to carry our name. The only EV that's an F-150, the fully electric F-150 Lightning. Remember where you were when you heard about it.
Here it is, the all-new, all-electric, all-capable F-150 Lightning. I'm Linda Zhang. Tonight feels like a dream come true for me. It's a dream that started when I was 8 years old and rolled in a car for the first time, just after my family moved to America to start a new life. 11 years after that day, I joined Ford when I was 19. And now, I feel so fortunate to have led an amazing team that worked day and night for the past 3 years to create the truck of the future, F-150 Lightning. Anything is possible when you dream big, and that's what we did. So let me tell you why F-150 Lightning is like no other truck. Building on over a century of truck know-how, we unlocked the full potential of EV technology, and wherever we saw the opportunity to improve, we took it. Jim will tell you about the drive experience, but with its low center of gravity and perfect weight balance, this is the best handling F-150 ever. And it has the fastest acceleration of any F-150. To harness that performance, F-150 Lightning features 4 selectable drive modes: normal, sport, off-road, and tow haul, and is always 4x4. Plus, the ownership experience is packed with advantages only Ford EVs offer. You get revolutionary power, on-the-go, available features like enhanced Pro Power on board, delivers up to 9.6 kilowatts, available at 21 charge points around the truck, including 11 outlets, enough to power an awesome tailgate or an entire work site. And at home, intelligent backup power makes the F-150 Lightning your own personal power plant, automatically powering your house for 3 days during an outage. This is a first for an EV truck. There's storage under the hood like you've never seen before, and a standard full-size bed. Inside, F-150 Lightning comes as a super crew with plenty of room for 5. F-150 Lightning offers an ingenious array of connected, intelligent features. With enhanced zone lighting all around the truck, you can find your tools or light up your campsite. Available onboard scales analyze your payload, while Ford Intelligent Range pulls in factors like that payload alongside weather, traffic, and towing information to accurately calculate your range. And with Ford Pass, Power My Trip will identify charging routes before even starting your journey. Not only do you get a 12-inch digital cluster, you can also get a massive 15.5-inch center screen running Sync 4A, which puts control of this connected truck at your fingertips. Plus, a suite of new tools like Smart Hitch and Pro Trailer Hitch Assist means that towing doesn't need to be a 2-person job. It's also the only electric pickup that's built Ford tough, dependable and torture tested with an all-new frame which uses the strongest steel ever in an F-150. This is a truck that can tow up to 10,000 pounds up a brutal hill in extreme heat or cold. Rugged underbody protection keeps the battery safe with metal skid plates shielding both the battery and inboard motors from tough terrain. The battery itself is secure inside a waterproof casing surrounded by crash absorption protection, which all adds up to excellent off-road performance. This is the smartest, most innovative F-150 Ford has ever built, designed to bring our customers what we believe is the best driving and ownership experience on the planet, with 0 emissions. I'll hand it over now to our President and CEO, Jim Farley, to tell you more. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Linda. I also wanted to thank Bill Ford, Gerald Kareem, and this incredible team that made this evening possible. This is what passion of the Ford Motor Company can do. This is American innovation, and this is a moment of tremendous pride for all of us at Ford. This revolutionary truck will be built just a couple of miles away from here at the Rouge, where my grandfather and so many others were proud to punch in every day, as Gerald said. You heard the specs and details from Linda. She's terrific. But I want to tell you what it actually feels like to drive this truck. You know, I've been lucky enough to be involved with lots of amazing vehicles in my career with a few brands. But this truck is totally different. Bill Ford and I went to the test track recently to drive an advanced prototype. And even though I was pretty close to the development of the F-150 Lightning, I was completely blown away. It's like no pickup truck I have ever driven. The driving experience is a complete thrill. We're targeting 770 foot-pounds of torque and just under 600 horsepower. The 0 to 60 for this truck is in the mid 4-second range. That's quicker than the Raptor, and it's a lot quicker than the original SVT Lightning performance truck. But what makes it so unique is it's so quick, but it's super quiet inside and so smooth. It's got a totally new independent rear suspension, as Linda said, standard 4-wheel drive, and a very low center of gravity because of the batteries. It hauls ass and tows like a beast. Metaphorically, it might as well have a Superman cape and a Captain America shield. Now, if you lose power at home, like the ice storms in Texas, the F-150 Lightning will power your house for day upon day upon day. And it's all seamless and controlled through your phone on the Ford Pass app. And then there's the Mega Power Frunk. It's a whole new automotive term. You press a button and the whole front of the truck opens. And it's amazing. 400 liters of space, 400 pounds of payload up there, 4 plugs to power your tools at a work site, your Traeger grill, your flat screen TV, your mini fridge at the tailgate. And the cabin is a perfect blend of luxury. No one does luxury like the F-150, but technology and lots of clever features. And boy, do we have technology, including a true hands-free highway driving system we call Ford Blue Cruise. The F-150 Lightning will just get better and better every day, every month, every year, with the over-there updates that we call Ford Power-Ups. They'll fix bugs, continually improve the user experience, and add completely new features and technologies. Now, range will never be a concern with this truck. You charge it overnight, and with the extended range batteries, we put as standard dual onboard chargers that make the charging go really fast. And you roll out in the morning with the electric equivalent of a full tank of gas. And if you need to charge on the go, you'll have access to the largest public charging network in North America, thanks to Ford. Now, a lot of people would think with all of that, all of those features, all that capability, all that technology, that this would be a 6-figure trophy truck. And I'm proud to say, we worked really hard, and this F-150 Lightning starts at just under $40,000. And that's before you get your federal or state tax credits. And if you're a commercial customer, we have an F-150 Lightning just for you. It offers the lowest cost of ownership of any truck we've ever made. It needs less maintenance because it has 40% less moving parts and powertrain. And of course, you never have to stop at the gas station. But this is just one part of the Ford plan, as Bill said, to lead the electric revolution. Let's take a look. So right next to me is the Mustang Mach-E that has redefined the American muscle car for the electric era. People see it, they drive it, and then they buy it. 70% of the people who have ordered the Mustang Mach-E are brand new to Ford. Now, for all of you here tonight who really like speed, this is your lucky day, because this is the new GT performance version of the Mustang Mach-E. It's much faster than the one that we've already launched. It looks great. It is fantastic to drive. And over there is the backbone of business, the most innovative, ingenious version of the #1 commercial van, not just in the US, but in the world. Now that E-Transit will launch later this year, here and in Europe. And there's the F-150 Lightning. Now this truck represents all that our country can do when we push for progress, as Bill said. So that's the end of this show. But frankly, it's just the beginning of a whole new era at Ford. Please take a look at this closing video. And for more information, to reserve your F-150 Lightning, you got to go to Ford.com. It's only going to cost you $100 to make a reservation. So thank you for sharing this incredibly special evening with all of us. Good night, and thank you.
Okay. We're not gonna play this last video because it's definitely copywritten music. Can you guys hear everything okay? Yes, we are back. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that's it.
Looks like a pretty neat product. They actually showed a lot. It was way better than what we saw when the Hummer was announced.
I agree.
They gave us a lot of information, a lot of actual footage.
Still have a lot of questions though.
Yeah. It's got a lot of new features, so they're pretty cool that we did not know about.
Yeah, left me with a lot of questions though. Let's jump over to their website and see what has been posted on there. They've changed all their Twitter bio and everything. Let me just make sure that's not playing in the background still. Yep, done. Okay. So, what did everyone think about that?
Yeah. And for those of you who didn't see it in chat, we did already go ahead and place a reservation because it's only $100 down and it's refundable. But basically, it gave us a list of local dealerships and we chose one that was close by. We didn't read the fine print though. We don't know, is it really going to come out at that price, or is there going to be some sort of dealership fee or in-demand vehicle fee where they're going to add tens of thousands of dollars, because they've done that with other cars in the past.
On Twitter, a couple people were complaining to Jim himself, as well as some other Ford execs about those dealer markup fees on the Mach-E's, and they said contact them. They reached out and said they will get them a car without those dealer markup fees. So if I try to buy one and if it has dealer markup fees, I'm gonna tweet Jim and say, get rid of them because I'm not paying that crap. Yeah. I'm not paying $30,000 for a dealer. I'm sorry.
That's the nice thing about Teslas is since the beginning,
don't have it.
You go to the website, you can buy a car, you don't have to talk with anyone, and you know that the price that you click on is the price you're gonna pay.
Mm-hmm. Real quick though, let's jump over to their website. Want to just kind of go over this. It does say starting spring 2022. Now, when I did the reservation, it said they will contact me in the fall to figure out options and stuff because they haven't even finalized.
They didn't even give us any options. So when we went and filled out the form, it basically just asked for credit card information and then name and address and phone number. There was no option at all. We couldn't choose whether we wanted the $39,000 version or the most expensive version. It just asked for the $100 and they're going to contact us. So that's a little sad that because they're not going to have any idea what model people are interested in, and now we're going to have to talk with a salesman or something when it comes time, in the fall. It would be nice if they would just let you choose that to begin with.
Yeah. Chris, real quick, he said, how absurdly stupid is it that they said Ford Pass is bigger than the Supercharger network? It's because Ford Pass combines other networks into like their system, like Electrify America, and I'm sure several others. It's a little misleading because they call it Ford Pass,
and it's not, but it's not a single one of those chargers
is owned or operated by Ford.
Or installed by Ford. Yeah.
So it is a little deceiving, and I have a problem with that. Not gonna lie, but it does say here 100% electric, thank God. Advanced tech, wide variety, blah blah blah. Over-the-air software updates, so finally someone else is doing it. And built Ford tough. It was funny though, she said it's the strongest steel ever in an F-150.
Yeah, strongest steel ever in an F-150.
But failed to mention that the Cybertruck is gonna have some pretty hefty stuff.
It remains to be seen if this one can be hit with sledgehammer. We don't know yet.
We'll try it out.
We just bought a new sledgehammer too.
We did just buy a new sledgehammer, so
we're ready.
Ford Intelligent Backup Power. That's actually good. I'm a fan of.
Really interested in something like that. It would be nice if Tesla offered that. But yeah, notice the fine print. It says, when home is properly equipped and home transfer switch disconnects home from the grid.
Yes.
That's exactly what it's saying. You can't just take your truck home and plug it in and power your house. You're going to need a gateway or something like they say, a Ford transfer switch is going to be hardware that's going to be costing probably thousands of dollars to get it installed. And again, it's not difficult. Once you get installed, your car will be able, your truck will be able to take over. But it's look at that fine print there.
But it also does say based on 30 kilowatt hours used per day.
Yeah.
Most homes, I think, use more than that.
It depends.
Especially if you have an AC in the summer, you're using triple that.
Well, the thing is too, if you have an EV truck like this that is really bloated and takes 640 watt hours per mile, you're not going to be able to charge your car.
Yeah.
And the bad thing about this too is that if you are powering your house and then you decide you need to go to work or go someplace else, your house is going to lose power. So that's why we have power walls and we have solar, because we can still charge our cars via solar and our power walls, and then we can drive the cars to work and our house stays powered.
Exactly.
It's a good start though. This is definitely something that'd be nice for Tesla to offer, and hopefully they will have this with the Cybertruck and maybe with other Teslas as well.
I'm going to go big for a second. This is why I think competition is key, because it will also help improve Tesla, because Tesla's going to see this and see people want this, and then hopefully Tesla will incorporate it. Competition, companies play off of each other to win the consumer. Yeah. This is why I love competition, even if it's from Ford, even if I don't have the best relationship with Ford, because they won't respond to my phone calls. It's still a step in the right direction.
It's nice to see these features. And as we mentioned before the event, we thought it was going to have 80 amp charging, and we do. 80 amps is 9.6 kilowatts. And that's basically what Tesla offered on the Model S way back in 2012. Yeah. So, Tesla has had this. They did change it back in 2016. They went down to like 72 was the max. And then a couple years later, they went down to 48. But I can totally see with the Cybertruck Tesla going back up to 80 amp charging. And as we were wondering, will we maybe have dual charging? And they did say that this Ford would have it, so maybe the Cybertruck will as well.
Abstract Ocean is in chat. If you are unfamiliar, they're our channel sponsor. Huge props to them. Let's throw that up there. Yeah. But they said we've used 115 kilowatts so far today, so it would cover us through breakfast.
Yeah, ours is, some days we have that high if we're charging like 3 cars or something like that, but typically we're not quite that high, but
Yep.
Let me check and see what we did today.
And then, John, huge thanks for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Here, let's do this. Give you some confetti here. He said, Ford is big in Minnesota and Electrify America. Better get off their butts. There's only one fast charger in our state.
So we're at what state?
Minnesota.
Okay.
So they definitely need to step up their game, especially if Ford's planning on selling a lot of these.
Now we used 58 in our household today. We used 58 kilowatts, so that's twice what they're saying that it would be able to provide their in their example. But again, we charged an electric car with that, so I think the average will go up if you have an electric car.
Yep. Some other things they talk about is enhanced pro power on board. turn your truck into a generator. That is kind of nice, and
we know
really
Cybertruck
excited for Cybertruck.
We'll
to
have that as well. Yeah, we just don't know how many outlets. This is cool. It's going to have, like they said, 11 outlets.
Yeah, in 11 different spots.
Yeah,
love it.
That's amazing.
Software updates over the air about freaking time. It says at purchase, the Ford Pass Connect modem is connected and sending vehicle data to Ford. To disable, you have to
for
do,
like privacy concerns.
And Tesla has the same thing.
Yep.
I'm cool with that. They give you an option to disable that. Love it. Blue Cruise. I've wanted to play. I've wanted to play around with that. I haven't yet. But it does have a driver-facing camera. Radar sensing technology allows for hands-free driving on pre-qualified sections of divided highways. It does say there's 100,000 miles on North American roads, but when you look at North American roads, that's not that much.
Yeah, I mean, there's like millions of miles of roads probably, and the nice thing is we can turn on autopilot on most
pretty much
divided roads.
Yeah. So, but it's a step in the right direction.
Definitely.
Love to see it.
Nice to see. And notice though, there's a big disclaimer on there that driver is still responsible and needs to be maintaining control.
They are supplemental and do not replace the driver's attention, judgment, to need to control the vehicle. Blue Cruise is hands-free highway driving feature. Only remove hands from the steering wheel when in a hands-free blue zone. Always watch the road and be prepared to resume control of the vehicle. It does not replace safe driving. See owner's manual. Nothing new there. Power My Trip. You're able to do voice commands,
but also like to be able to find navigation. And Tesla's had that for years.
I mean, all vehicles will have that.
But in your navigation, it helps figure out the charging spots for you. And the nice, But
phone is key. Love to see it.
Yeah, we've seen that
I wonder where they got that idea.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. And intelligent range. At 230 miles, I don't know how intelligent it's going to be.
That's something we had heard earlier, that the payload or the bed has perhaps scales in it to calculate how much cargo you're carrying, and then it can determine your range based upon that.
That actually is what it says. It says your truck learns how much energy it uses in various conditions, accurately calculates range, factoring weather, traffic, grade, payload, towing weight, and more. In future conditions such as driving in the mountains or towing your boat are predicted, estimated range is updated, and you're informed. And we'd love to see that. I want a smart car.
Yeah.
Not literally the smart car. But I want my car to be able to figure this out and tell me exactly what I'll get in that condition.
Or get it,
and I think that's something Tesla could improve upon.
They do have it. I mean, it does show if you're going to the mountains and stuff like that, but I don't know if
it could be better.
I don't know if it takes like wind into account and stuff like that. We don't know.
Or payload.
But it can calculate though, you know, when we first start driving, once you get back on the road, it immediately shows that you're using a lot of energy and says, oh, your range is lower. But as you drive for a few miles, it says, okay, you're only using like 300 watt hours per mile. So at that rate, you're going to be able to go this far. So it does it, but it doesn't use all these other numbers. But there's other ways of figuring it out.
Exactly. Chris said Mach-E GT looks pretty sleek, not gonna lie. I agree with you there, actually. It does not look that bad in that photo. It'd be fun to play around with. Ford, call me. I'm here.
And Rishi, we do still have a reservation for the new refreshed Model S. Right now we don't have a delivery date. It did say temporarily it had a date of June 1st to June 30th.
No.
Well, originally, we ordered it back in January. We were expecting it February, March. It's been delayed with all Tesla Model S's and X's, but right now we don't have a delivery date, but hopefully we'll get getting it soon.
Yeah, but like David mentioned, we did go ahead and plunk down $100. It is refundable, but we went ahead and plunked down the $100 reservation. I have a number. I don't think it's sequential at all, but as soon as it came available, we did that. It would be kind of interesting to get we're getting at least one top-of-the-line Cybertruck. We have 2 reservations, and we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
But it would be great to get a top-of-the-line Cybertruck.
Oh, we have that in,
a top-of-the-line Ford F-150 Lightning and do a real tug-of-war on our turf.
Yeah.
Do you think I'd ruin one? Hopefully not.
I don't know, or break the tow rope or something.
Right?
I don't know. It's not.
It could be kind of fun though.
But we do also still have a reservation for a refreshed Model X. We actually put that reservation in back at the end of December of last year, knowing that they were going to come out with a refresh sometime in 2021. But again, those are not being built yet. The latest ETA on those might be 4th quarter of this year.
Exactly. Real quick, there's a couple other things here. 2 motors, 4 wheels, phenomenal torque.
It's only 2 motors, so that's something that's different because with Tesla, of course, with the Cybertruck, the top option is going to offer 3 motors.
Yeah. So just one in the front, one in the back. Interesting. You can actually see here the charging is only on the driver's side. It is not on the passenger
interesting.
side.
So they have like a similar logo on the side, emblem. But
and maybe that's for other countries, maybe, so that they could easily swap
But it did say something about dual charging.
Yes.
So, but also too, in one of the, it looks like she went like this. So are there two charge ports right next to each other?
I saw that,
when on one of the videos it showed the woman plugging in, but I couldn't tell if she had two or if it was just a great big.
I think it's just a great
big
thing.
CCS charger.
I think so. But it does have that, which is kind of nice. Lithium-ion battery pack. I don't know if it's pouches or cells.
Yeah, but they did mention it's like in a waterproof enclosure, which is good, makes sense.
Better be, yeah.
And protected from crashes.
Yep. It does say they mounted it between the frame rails to make sure it doesn't occupy any interior volume or take away bed space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So many EV companies right now aren't considering that, and it's taking up interior space that shouldn't be. So I do appreciate that.
And I think, isn't the Rivian truck, I think their bed is not that big, right?
Their bed is not, I don't think, going to be as long as this.
And not as long as the Cybertruck or the F-150 Lightning.
Yeah. It does have independent rear suspension in case you want to go off-road. 15-inch, 15.5 inch,
Oh,
sorry,
15.5,
let me clarify.
yeah.
Portrait touchscreen. So
Nice, good size screen, and I do like the instrument cluster there behind the steering wheel.
I hate the stupid knob.
Yeah, I don't like the knob, especially.
Just give me a flat screen, I'll deal with it.
Or put the knob below the screen if you need the knob.
True, that would be fine. So we did reserve it. Now let's see. Entry model is 40,000, which is commercially oriented, which means it's going to be bare bones, like very minimal everything. More equipped XLT starts at 52.9, which is probably going to be the average one, I would assume, as well as the top of the line is going to probably be like 90,000. Now, we would still get the 7,500 federal tax credit, as well as Colorado does offer.
Or it could be even more by then.
But Colorado also offers 2,500 right now, but it won't. I don't think 2,500 is next year, is there?
I think they still have it here.
Abstract Ocean said available. The 15.5-inch screen is optional.
Oh, really? So it has a smaller screen than that? Available. Oh, Sync 4A with what's Sync 4 technology? Features designed to keep you connected. Oh, is that like the data plan or something like that?
Probably. So I bet you the commercial-oriented one is not going to have this big touchscreen.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to keep prices really down and everything. Interesting. Good catch. Thank you for that. But yeah, we went ahead and reserved one. So we're there. At least getting our spot in line in case we want to play around with one. The
onboard scales.
Trailer hitch. Yeah, the onboard scale is actually a really cool feature. Smart hitch. Easily load trailers. Backup assist. Trailer reverse guidance.
Sounds like it's got a lot of cool features.
It does.
And we don't know yet what the Cybertruck will have that's comparable to this because we haven't really gotten any updates on the Cybertruck recently.
Yeah.
It would be really nice if Tesla did have like a follow-up event because they said they were going to release some more details on it. Maybe they've been holding off a little bit to see what the competition is offering, and now they can come out and say, well, we're going to have 22 outlets, and we're going to have we don't know.
Yeah.
But it'll be nice to see what Tesla's response is to this.
Bye, Chris. We'll talk to you later.
Look at all the pencils. It's got built-in pencil holders.
Yeah, look at this. So you have a built-in tablet holder, pencil holders, and drink spot.
Who knows? That might be a heat hitter.
I do like the ruler. That's kind of a good idea. I don't know I'd use it for accurate measurements, but YOLO. The different lighting, it's kind of cool. It could probably be pretty useful depending on your situation if you're out camping or whatever. Overall, I definitely think they're going for the F-150 crowd. It seemed like.
Just especially with the styling, it looks like a Ford F-150.
Exactly. If I saw this truck rolling around today, I would not think it was electric. Obviously, the lack of tailpipes would probably give it away, and the quiet. But just the styling doesn't scream anything different than the current styling.
And again, I think because of that styling, that's why it's not very efficient with the energy usage.
Definitely.
And that's why it looks like it's going to be like that 640 watt-hours per mile, whereas the Cybertruck, I think, would be a lot less just because it's more aerodynamic.
Yeah, so...
And probably lighter.
I think they did that though so that they could try to really rein in their current F-150 audience.
Yeah.
They want to keep it similar.
They
for
don't want to
them.
scare those buyers away, and if they can transition them from a nice internal combustion vehicle over to this, then that's what they need, because the future is in electric vehicles, and they need something like this, which will be a stepping stone. It's better than a hybrid because it will be all electric, but it will allow those loyal Ford buyers to an option of going to an all EV truck.
Yep, without like going full-blown Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Because there's still a lot of people out there that are interested in an EV, but hate with a passion Tesla. And that still kind of blows my mind, but whatever. The more EVs on the road, I'll take it. If you would rather drive a Ford EV, I would rather you drive an EV than an ICE vehicle. And again, competition is key to getting what the consumers want and desire, because that will really tell the market what people want. Okay, let's see. Quick ICE car reviews. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. David's throwing money. Said, are all Lightnings crew cab? I believe so, but there wasn't any options or anything to really choose.
Yeah, because it said like 5-seater, and so they're probably all going to be crew cab. At
but
least,
my guess would be yes.
And who knows, maybe they would come out with a different one later. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is the first.
Let's see. The range. Yeah, I didn't like how they made the comment like you'll never have range anxiety or something. With 230 miles of range, that's too low in my opinion.
And that's probably with an empty truck in the best weather conditions and like one person in it. So it's not going to get 230 if you're pulling a trailer and you have the back loaded with like 4,000 pounds worth of cargo.
Yeah, I'm still kind of disappointed a little bit that the extended range is only 300, because extended range Rivian 400, Cybertruck up to 500.
Yeah.
And the Cybertruck is going to be cheaper than 90,000, which is what this is fully loaded.
And like we said, so that 300 miles, that's still nice, but if you're going to be towing a trailer or something, that's really going to be closer to probably 150 or maybe 200 miles.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Cybertruck, if it's got a 500 or more mile range, you're still going to be able to go 250 miles with a full trailer load.
Sorry, I'm yawning because that presentation wore me out.
Yeah, there's a lot of CEOs on there,
yeah, I didn't. You can tell that they don't really do a lot of live things. I don't know if anyone else caught it. I'm not saying Elon is a great public speaker by any means, but it wasn't like a phone presentation or something where they always do live events. Let's see. Where are we at? A lot of good comments on here. Rishi's saying, get a first-gen Roadster. Maybe. Stay tuned and you'll see what comes to the channel.
Don't you?
Don't. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay.
Let's see. PJ said, can't find any pictures with a big screen and mileage under 230. Yeah, so I'm sure in like all the things they put out, they did the max range.
Yeah, it's like, well, look on that one. Good.
That one was too small to really see anything.
But on the big screen, the center screen?
I think it was on here. Let me see. But I'm not surprised if like on all the screens they did like the max range and everything, because they want to portray it.
Now the cool thing, that
better.
frunk looked really nice. I mean, there's a ton of room in that frunk.
Yeah.
And they said it could hold like 400 pounds and it's like 400 liters worth of volume. So that's a huge frunk, and it looks very convenient to load stuff into.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty decent height. It looks like it's a tall truck though.
Yeah, for a regular, if you're short, it might be a little difficult,
Yeah, I don't honestly think I've ever been in an F-150.
Might have over the,
maybe.
Don't remember, but I'm sure I have
remember.
over the years. They've been around for decades.
Yeah. Let's see. Brent said 500 miles versus 300 miles.
Yeah, slight difference.
Especially what is the top end Cybertruck right now? Is it 70 with FSD?
No, I thought it was like 79 or something like that. Or then plus F-50, right? Let's go look and see.
Let's confirm this, because we are all about the facts.
So we do have reservations, but it's been like a year and a half since we put in reservations for our Cybertrucks. We did do one for the dual motor and one for the triple motor, or tri-motor. So the tri-motor is supposed to have that 500 mile range.
So it's $80,000.
Yeah.
With FSD.
With FSD.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So it's $10,000 less. You get 500 miles instead of 300.
Yeah, that's
huge. You
huge.
get a more durable exterior, which a lot of people with work trucks, they're dented all the time. So hopefully avoid that. I mean, it's a polarizingly different truck though. I mean, we're talking this versus this.
Yeah, definitely. This is not your father's Oldsmobile, say that.
True.
Neither one is.
Yeah, but let's see. Abstract Ocean said the Transit will be huge in Europe. In the UK, every other car is a Transit. And with all the pollution changes for cities, it'll be a no-brainer for business leases. Definitely. And I think in that aspect, that might be the line that Ford ends up really putting a lot of their batteries towards. Because the Transit, you see so many of them.
That's wondering too, where are these batteries coming from?
True. They didn't say anything about that.
It's probably something hopefully they have a plan for where they were getting their batteries.
Yeah. Let's see. Kat said, seriously, I've been talking about getting a Model X for years, but the Lightning might steal me away. If it's an EV, I'm okay with that. I know Teslas might not be for everybody. I'm a huge fan of them, but I'm not gonna lie, if it's an EV, I would be happy. That's not a fake smile either, that was a real smile. Let's see, the cell battery is the model of the highest energy density among SK battery. There's no better truck than F-150. So the F-150, yes, is the most popular and best-selling truck. Not gonna lie. So hopefully they can convert a lot of other owners of ICE
James
vehicles.
said 2 large battery plants in Georgia.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I mean, they must be pumping them out or getting really close to start if they're planning on delivering.
I just wonder though how many they can produce because there's so how many millions of ICE F-150s per year.
Yeah.
How many batteries are going to produce for the F-150 Lightning?
Yeah, I want to know like how many of these can they produce at max capacity in a year? Is it 100,000? Is it a couple 100,000? Is it 1 million if they sell really well? Like what is their top end? Because Tesla has always basically had a backlog and they have always been cell constrained and they've been pumping so much money. They have Gigafactory in Nevada. They have still deals with other battery manufacturers. They're buying everything they can, and they're still cell constrained.
And I think they're building batteries. They're building them in China at the Shanghai Gigafactory,
and they will be in Berlin,
in
Texas.
Texas. So they're building batteries all over the place.
Yeah. So it will be interesting to see how this progresses, and maybe they're gonna base it off of how many people do the $100 deposit. Maybe.
Like, hey, we need to ramp
really
things
ramp it up.
And we've seen Tesla do that in the past, too.
You bet.
When they've gotten some big orders for, like, the Model Y or for the Cybertruck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool, though. I just noticed that on the picture there, they put a picture of your local skyline in the background. So that shows us...
yeah.
If you scroll up. So, if you scroll up...
Well, it's right there.
Yeah, but... okay.
Yeah,
basically, that's Denver in the background there. So they customize it. So, if we change your zip code... Change your zip code to, like... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like is that Schenectady? I don't remember.
I have no idea.
But then see if it changes the skyline. It's Schenectady. Wow, look at that.
But it didn't change
we'll
the
select a dealer. Okay, well, never mind. I thought it was.
Maybe they just chose Denver because we're.
Maybe if we reserve another one, it would change the background. I don't know.
But yeah, overall, I'll say it was better than the Hummer Unveiling.
Definitely
that was pretty bare.
a lot. Well, it was nice that they had a lot of details, and also their website has a lot of details. When the Hummer thing came out, it was like
nothing.
a 5-minute commercial, and we're like, oh.
And it wouldn't even let me reserve one.
Yeah, we tried reserving that multiple times. They did have the option to choose multiple levels, but it didn't work. And so that was pathetic that the Hummer event failed.
Yeah.
But this is nice.
Hunter said it's the same skyline here in Atlanta, LOL.
Okay.
So Denver is just special. If you guys want to see the Denver skyline without any pollution,
it's because we got mountains and buildings. It looks very
very nice like that. But yeah, I guess we'll kind of play this by ear. I'm not expecting to hear anything till like fall, like it said. But we'll see how it goes.
And we'll keep you guys informed. Yeah, we don't know if we're going to actually buy one, but if we get some more information, this looks like a really good product.
Yeah.
And while if we do buy one, it's not going to be something I don't think that we would take on road trips because it's an energy hog. But it's something that we could use around town.
You bet. Yeah, definitely.
As maybe, as a daily, or for running chores, if we had a farm. We don't have a farm, but
maybe we'll get a farm.
Okay. But it definitely looks like a good contender for around town and stuff like that. But I'm not going to take it on a road trip. I think we have Model S, or maybe we'll have something else by then.
You never know. And I guess some things that some people are pointing out in chat that we still need to know is a battery warranty. Yeah. What are we looking at? If it's a crappy battery warranty, that might persuade me to not buy one because, as we all know, batteries are one of the most expensive parts of an EV, and if they don't have a good warranty and the battery goes out, it's pricey. I don't want to be stuck with a big bill.
I just hope that if they are able to sell a large volume of these, and hopefully they'll have some sort of battery replacement program in the future, or since they will be big enough, there should be some third party that will offer that service.
Yeah, definitely, because I'm just scrolling through and I don't see anything. I mean, I see some disclosures.
Do they even say the size of the battery?
They
just give it by range. So
but they did say that it can power your house up to 30 kilowatts per day for 3 days. So I would assume around 100.
So if you started with 100 and didn't drive anywhere,
So I'm gonna guess around 100, but I guess we'll have to see.
Kilowatt hours, yeah.
But yeah.
So we did the reservation. We'll keep you informed. We don't know if we're going to go through with it, but we are interested in it. And as we learn more information, we'll probably do follow-up videos and mention it in the future. Yep. And again, we'll continue to do our Tesla videos every week as well.
Yep. And also, thank you to who pointed that out. Wesley, 8-year, 100,000 mile. It's actually at the bottom.
Okay, so very same as Tesla's
it says scheduled maintenance costs for the F-150 BEV are estimated to be
40% less.
To be more than 40% less than the average scheduled maintenance of a gas-powered F-50 over 8 years, 100,000 miles. No.
Oh, so that's not.
That's not the warranty.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw it somewhere else.
Well,
that's not
8 years.
That's just scheduled maintenance
cost. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'll have to really dig into it.
Go back up though. They actually do offer a few different colors.
Oh yeah.
That'd be that's some place where Tesla is kind of lacking because they did used to offer additional colors and they cut back a few years ago and they never added new colors. It'd be nice if they did, but a lot of people are just doing wraps like we do. But it'd be nice if there were a few more options.
Star White looks pretty good. We'll have to do that one. But yeah, I guess I don't really have too much else to say about that. Quick ice car reviews. The puppy is doing great.
One of them's
Layden's asleep right here, but we gotta go give them food and everything. It will be built in Michigan. I guess.
Yep, that's where they were. That's where they were at the factory. That's why Biden was there to discuss that. Yeah.
Yep. But I guess we'll probably go ahead and end it there. We'll be doing our normal Tesla news live stream on Sunday, so make sure you tune in for that. We'll get it scheduled in the morning and do that in the evening. And yeah, I guess that's kind of it. I guess we'll see where this F-150 EV takes us. See what happens.
But it's definitely nice to see more competition, and this looks like a pretty solid contender, I think.
Definitely. But as always, huge thanks to our channel sponsor, Abstract Ocean. They've been in chat, hanging out with everybody, so huge thanks to them. If you are looking to accessorize your Model S, X3, or Y, definitely check them out. All linked down below. Using code Tesla Inventory will get you 15% off of your first purchase. We actually posted a video today about the mud flaps. We've been very extensively testing them, and they have been working wonderfully and definitely better than like the OEM, which is kind of impressive. Doesn't happen like super often that Tesla's product is outperformed like that. So huge thanks to them, but we will see you all Sunday, which is what?
Like 4 days.
4 days away. Bye.